What's good, everybody? RJ Shutton here, back with another episode of Off the Top Show, Spartan Dog Edition. As you see on the screen here, my good brother, Tony Lippett, a.k.a. Lip. What's happening, partner?
Hey, I'm on my T.I. shit, hat to the side. You feel me? If you wasn't a part of that T.I. era, you don't really know music, bro. Like, T.I. was coming with it. Money on cars and clothes, so you can get whatever you like. My nigga had a range, boy. T.I. Shout out to T.I., man. What's happening?
Shout out to TF for sure. He definitely has some classics. Let's go ahead and get into it here with just the state of Michigan. Detroit Lions, they got a little off break right now. First preseason game starts July 31st. So realistically, the training camp is going to start beginning or maybe the second week, but I'm thinking the beginning of July due to what we see here or what I'm seeing when it comes to preseason. Just some preseason games that they have to go ahead and start before the regular season. They face the Chargers, the Falcons, and the Dolphins. We got a lot of time before we go ahead and get into this season, but it's going to be quicker, expected to be here than, thinking that it's not going to be here. It's going to be here. Moving on over to the Tigers. They still have the best record in the MLB. They're 46-27. They're first in the ALC. They went ahead and did lose. Let me see here. I had it up. Unfortunately, they lost. They went 1-2 against the Reds, but now they go ahead and face the Pirates. They should definitely sweep them. Teams have been killing them. So look for them to get back on track. Pistons, obviously there's a lot of trades going on that, have happened. We're going to get in that Desmond Bane one here shortly after we go ahead and get through the Michigan sports. Do you think that they need to start getting a little active in this trade situation? Do you think they need to go ahead and maybe get one more piece? We've been saying a lot of pieces on here on this podcast, but the more and more that we talk about it, the more and more that I feel like they need to get active.
You talking about the Pistons, right?
Yeah,
most definitely. They need a Siakam move. They need a OG Anunoby move. They need a Desmond Bane move. They need a Jaren Jackson move. They need something like it don't even have to be like a tier one like superstar type of player. It don't even have to be a tier two, because I wouldn't even say Desmond Bane or Jaren Jackson or OG Anunoby or those guys in that category are like tier two guys. I think they're like tier 4, tier 3 type of guys.
yeah.
Like, they probably top 100 in the league, but they ain't top 20, 25, 30. So that's how I look at that. I mean, according to my list, I ain't did no list, but I don't think I put them in the front, honestly. So yeah, I think they need to make a tier 3 move to solidify the strength of that team to like build on what they had from last year. Like, if they can get a Josh Hart, I mean, you never know what's going on over there in New York. You feel me? Like, they might be ready to switch it completely up. New coach, they might be able to get new flavor in there. So if you can go in that roster and be like, hey, we can get a Mikal Bridges or, an OG or a Josh Hart, you feel me? We can get some of those guys to help with the energy, the scoring, and just the versatility, like more versatility. Like Malik Beasley and Hardaway, and those guys are cool. Tobias Harris, they cool. But when I'm looking at a game plan, I'm not really game planning for those guys.
Right.
Like, yeah, they can shoot and shit like that. So we gonna, close out on them when we close out on them. But I'm not losing no sleep over guarding Malik Beasley. Or they need to bring in a guy that they can do. On the other side of Cade, somebody else that they be like, hey, we can give it to him. He can go off the bench. We can give it to him. Kind of like when Kyrie went to the Mavs. Remember when Kyrie first went to the Mavericks, Luka was kind of needing somebody else to, like, help him out, carry the load. And
Right.
I think they played together for like 3 years, and we could see the vision. You feel me? They ended up going to the finals. So with the NBA being the way it is right now, and the East being wide open, completely wide open, Desmond Bane just getting traded to the Magic, and I was talking about Desmond Bane to the Pistons. So obviously he was on the move for sure. They should have, I don't think they wanted to give up 4 undrafted, 4 not undrafted, 4 draft picks for Desmond Bane. And, Magic may have been a little bit more desperate, maybe, but I think it helps Magic for sure. You can definitely see that he was a trade asset, a trade piece for the future of a team. So, like I said, I definitely think the Pistons. I definitely think the Pistons need to go and get one of them tier 3, tier 4 guys that can help, push this team to the next level.
Yeah, no, they definitely Need to get active because you're seeing a lot of these teams, as we're going to go over right in a minute right now, they are getting active. But let's go ahead and talk about what we saw last night. OKC went ahead and beat the Pacers 120-109. I knew that this was happening. I went ahead and only watched the first quarter, watched the second quarter, and then I rolled my eyes. Oh, my goodness. Mr. Williams, you wanted to go ahead and showcase that you were a absolute playmaker this game. What I saw from the half from him getting to the lane, getting to his spots, dunking the ball, playing with a purpose, I'm like, now I see why these guys are going ahead around the country saying that these two are like Michael and Jordan. I think they're going to do their own thing. I don't like when we go ahead and compare players to other players. I think that is stupid, in my opinion. They're their own individual player. But what I saw from Williams, and we've talked about that this team could possibly win multiple championships. If he plays like he did this game 5, there's no one in the NBA that's going to stop this OKC Thunder team. SGA had a smooth 31. Talk to me about this game, man, because those two basically won them the game, and it's over with when it goes to the Pacers, when it goes to Indiana. Chicken mozzarella.
Yeah, for sure. This game, obviously, coming off of game 4, Indiana losing at home, a game 4. I was hearing some speculation regarding Tyrese Halliburton hobbling. I guess he had like an ankle or a calf or a shin. It was something, a leg injury that had him hobbled a little bit. So you know how that's going to kind of go. It can slow him down and all these type of things that can kind of, change the narrative of what's going on. Obviously, coming back to OKC, I definitely assumed that OKC was going to take the win this game, game 5, coming back in front of their home crowd. Couple days off, just coming off a big road win in game 4, a much needed. It wasn't a must win, but it was kind of one of those must win games. You don't want to go down 3-1 in the finals. You just don't want to go down 3-1 in the finals. So they took care of business. They came home, took care of business. Obviously we have Jalen Williams, 40 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 14 for 25, 3 for 5 from the 3-point line, 9 for 12 from the free throw line, a plus 14, and 1 turnover in 35 minutes. You want to talk about production? He was out there making it happen. I was watching him getting in his bag. I mean, when I say bag, I mean scoring all over the court. I mean left hand layup off the high glass. I seen him attack the basket one time and laid the ball up. That motherfucking ball damn near touched the top of the backboard and dropped right in. I say, bro, that's skill. That's skill. Most guys cannot make a layup like that. I know guys that, bro, I miss layups in games, bro. I played basketball and I miss layups in games. Let alone having to attack the basket against a 7-footer and throw that motherfucker off the top of the backboard and then it drop in. That's talent right there. That's skill right there. That's will. He's definitely showing us what type of player he can be. Honestly, and like you said, this whole Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen thing that we've been hearing about, like I said, I don't like comparing them to them because I didn't grow up watching Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, so I don't know what it looked like or what it felt like. Obviously, we can see highlights and shit like that, but in real time, I wasn't able to comprehend what was going on. In real time, this don't feel like Michael and Scottie. I'm sure it probably don't, but they complement each other really, really well. And I don't think there's any discrepancy on who is number one, like who is the best player. Maybe right now, but we might look up 5 years from now and because, bro, Jalen Williams got a level of athleticism that I don't think he tapped into yet. Like he be showing flashes of like he can jump and get springy and just like do certain shit. We just be like, damn, like if you watch, and this is a random name, but this dude would get springy out of nowhere, and you'll be like, God damn, he athletic as hell. Richard Jefferson, bro.
Oh, absolutely.
Like crazy springy. And it wasn't like it was all the time. It was like calculating. And maybe Jalen Williams is now calculating like, hey, I can really do this shit at a high level. Like, I just seen a stat that Jalen Williams had. He is the 5th player in NBA history to score 25 points in 3 straight finals games. I think it was 3 straight finals games. He scored 25 points or more. And the only other guys to do that, who was on the list? I know Shaq. I think Shaq was on that list. Orlando. D Wade was on that list. Was it Kobe? It was Kevin Durant and I think Kobe. So it's only 4 guys who scored 25 points in the 3 straight finals games. And he just do that as a youngin. Like, he young. He extremely young. So it's like to be able to do all of this right next to Shea doing what you're doing, magnificent, bro. I kind of knew they was gonna win this game. That's just how I look at it. A lot of guys didn't really do too much. You had Chet with 9 points. Like I said, he's still figuring out what type of role he's gonna have in the NBA. Like he's in between people keep calling him Kevin Garnett. He's in between like a Kevin Garnett and like a fucking I don't even know, bro. I'm just trying to think like
it's so hard. Like I can't compare him to like any like. That's what I'm saying. Like when we do this comparison, like he's still finding it out. Like I wouldn't even say that like KG, like he's more like his game, like especially on the offensive end, like defensive end. I don't really know. Like he plays like Cat. Like he's a shooter more than him back to the basket. If that kind of makes sense in your brain.
He is of the Anthony Davis family.
Yeah.
Now I don't know
that's perfect.
Which level he's on. He's kind of at a lower level Anthony Davis right now for sure because he's still figuring it out. He's a young guy in the league, second full year playing, and he didn't even play this whole year. He was out there for like 50-some games this year. So he's getting the back end of this right now. You know, this attention and this experience that he's getting right now. So he's gonna take his game to another level. But hey, man, they just doing what they need to do. Aaron Wiggins off the bench, 14 points, 4 threes. Wallace, 11 points, 3 threes, both pluses from the field. The better team is winning right now, and that's what it was. Indiana has done well this postseason. They have done really well this postseason. But the better team right now is OKC, and OKC went back to the crib in Game 5 and did exactly what they're supposed to do. Game 6 is going to be interesting because I want to see how this turns out. Want to see if Halliburton plays. But we're going to see how this works, man. I'm excited to see. Game 6, it was a good game last night. And Jalen Williams just showed that, you know, he can there's more to him that we know of. Like I said, if you watch his bag yesterday, he was post, spinning off, shake, post, fade away to the left, fade to the right, stepping up in the threes, attacking the basket, dunking, layups, posts, passes. I'm like, bro, he has really showcased his versatility in this matchup. And it's cool to be a number 2. You ain't got to go and be a number 1. Number 2's making $300 million now. You can stay right behind Shea and do your thing, take care of your family, generational money, and still be all NBA, all defense. He made all NBA as a number 2 option on his team this year. Think about it. It's only 15 spots for all NBA. And a number 2 option made all NBA team. That's crazy. It ain't crazy, but it's something to think about. You feel me? Right. It's only 15 spots. You would think 15 of those spots would go to the number 1 option guys for sure. But if I'm not mistaken, he probably has been the only one, maybe between like him and Cat, because I think Cat made one of teams, and Cat's not really a 1 option. He's a 2. So it's really kind of like between him and him. That just kind of shows you the depth of the NBA right now. It's a lot of versatility, a lot of players, a lot of talent. We just watching it all for display. So we're going to see how this turned out, man. It was a good game 5. Shea, Jaden did their thing, and OKC did what they were supposed to do at home. Shout out to them boys.
Man, it just makes you question now. You see a performance like this with Williams. He was 13, but then you have Evan Mobley, who's not even in the picture, got first-team NBA. It's eye-opening for the people that go ahead and do this whole, I guess, picks of who should be first team, second team, and third team.
But it's also, you know, they also shrunk the window down, though, like because
true, they did.
Now, you have to play a certain amount of games. You feel me? Like, so now, if you don't even play a certain amount of games, like it's superstars that we know are superstars that's not all NBA because they ain't played the right amount of games, and that's just how that is. I'm sure there's a lot of guys back in the day that probably played around 30, 40, 50 game seasons that made all NBAs because they was just the best player, and we knew that. But now you got to qualify for a certain amount of games, so that's going to leave a certain amount of spots open for new guys to come in and get the votes because they got to give them to somebody. So interesting.
I guess so, but it's just interesting to see. But no, shout out to Williams. Like him and SGA, like they came up with a purpose that first half. They got to the paint, they got going early, and they just never looked back after that. I mean, once I saw Williams go ahead because there were some times where he would second hesitate himself, like, all right, I'm about to 1-2 and just dunk it. And he did that. And just as you said, as like the piggyback on, they're starting to unlock like shit. Like I got different powers, aka different moves, aka a different outlook of what now I can do. I'm not nervous of going ahead now and 1-2 and dunking on somebody. I'm not nervous left hand switch to the right and lay it off the highest part of the backboard and putting it in the basket. I'm not scared now of just going ahead. You know what? I'm just going to go to the basket. And that's what you saw. And then that just opened up everything in the second half. Then they were able to go ahead and hit their jump shot. Then they were able to do everything else. And everyone else was just like, all right, they see it, it's cemented. And then once that team saw that, they had no point of looking back. I mean, Wiggins, who's Wiggins? He's giving you 14 and 5, 14 points and 5 rebounds off the bench.
Man.
Wallace, like it's crazy what your two guys that are supposed to go ahead and play how they're supposed to play, how that affects your teammates.
It changes the whole dynamic of the team. It changes, like I said, bro. Thunder are a really good team, but I think they are a C+ of what their team could really be, because your best players are playing at like Shea he's playing at A level. But if Jalen Williams plays like this for the next 3 years, how he's playing right now in the playoffs and then the finals, because he has stepped up. Like I have watched, he did something to help them beat the Denver Nuggets. Yep. And Denver is a tough beat. They're not an easy beat. Even Minnesota, you feel me? Like even that, like, and even right now, Indiana is but we gotta respect what these teams are doing right now. It's not the old. We are literally in the transitional phase of like what is the NBA? Like we sitting here watching the finals with the fucking Pacers in it. That's just where we at right now. You have to embrace that and push that, and not really be focusing on guys that ain't really doing shit. Brian and Kate, all them boys, they're gonna get their love, but it's time to start pushing the next guy. like I said, man, this Thunder team, they gonna win the championship this year. Remember when the Chiefs won the championship when they ain't had no wide receivers? Who they played? They played the 49ers. Second played the 49ers. Or was it the Eagles?
I think it was the Eagles.
No, the Eagles, they had Kadarius Toney. They had a couple guys. They had Scanley. But it was the next year when they ain't had no receivers. They had traded a bunch of guys. And we was like, but we didn't think they going to make it at all. And they won the championship with one of their worst fucking teams. I'm not saying Thunder is their worst team, but I think what you see right now from Thunder, they're going to be way better next year. Way better. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying they're a terrible team, but they have a lot of room to get way better, especially with Chet and Jalen Williams. So even Shea can get better, and he gonna get better. So it's just like, it's scary with the Thunder. I ain't gonna lie. It's scary with them boys, and the NBA better watch out. These boys can, that's all I'm gonna say.
No, it's definitely, it's gonna be scary for sure for the next 5, even 10 years for all I can say. But Magic, man, they go ahead and take Desmond Bane. They trade with the Grizzlies. Magic get, obviously, Desmond Bane. Grizzlies in return get Cole Anthony, KCP, 4 first-round picks, 16 pick in 2025, unprotected in 2026, 2028, and 2030. 2029, they have a first-round pick swap, top 2 protected. And those swapping rights will either be with the Phoenix or Washington in 2026, for the first-round pick. This is kind of Memphis is trying to rebuild in a little bit of a situation here, doing something like this for all these picks that they got for Desmond Bane. Now, let's talk about on a Magic side, and then we'll get to obviously the Grizzlies side. Magic are looking to win right now, and I'm all for it. I think they got the pieces to go ahead and compete. We've talked about this off air that the East isn't really the East as of what we're seeing. Celtics aren't going to be, what they are, regardless of whatever goes down. They don't have their best player in. Milwaukee Bucks don't obviously have Damian Lillard. We don't know what the Giannis situation is. We'll get to that as well. But if he stays, he's still going to have to, the organization is going to have to make moves to go ahead and get pieces around him. The Knicks, we don't know what the Knicks are going to be. We don't know really any of what the top teams are going to be. So the Magic are coming here and getting Desmond Bane. You got Desmond Bane. You got Panchero. You have Wagner. And you have Suggs as really your 4 guys that are leading you on this team. And that is a pretty good 4. guys to go ahead and get you where you need to get you. And I forget the other center that they have that plays good minutes as well.
Wendell Carter.
So that starting five right there, if it was to go ahead and they played today, that is a solid lineup. Talk to me a little bit about this for the Magic and kind of what you're seeing from them if they're making noise this year, especially with that lineup that they just went ahead and or accolade guy that they brought in.
Man, I feel like when Tatum went down with that Achilles injury and the world have found out, NBA world, as well as the world, found out that he's tore his Achilles, I think that sent a fucking vibration through the entire Eastern Conference because they started to look at it like, hold up, Boston was already going to break it up after this anyway. Maybe not Jaylen Brown and Tatum, but they were going to break that team down because of whatever reasons, whatever, right? And they was like, okay, they might take a little step back, but they still going to be Boston. You still got Tatum and Jaylen Brown. But now, everything changes now. It all changes because Tatum is out. And Tatum being out, now we don't know if Jaylen Brown is going to be a Celtic this year. And now that's speculation with that. And Jaylen Brown might be like, shit, I want to leave anyway. Matter of fact, trade me. I ain't about to sit here and be just going through the motions with y'all next year. Like, I can go to Houston right now with Ime Udoka because I had a really good relationship with him and go over there and be the 1A, 1B type of player over there and do my thing over there. I can do that. I can just go and be a number one. You feel me? If I want to be a number one, why would I do it here? Because even when Tatum come back, they still gonna move me. Like if Tatum come back, they will still move him. Like either move him from being the number one option, or they remove him from the team. So why not take control when I can right now and just say, hey, man, we had a good run, a whole bunch of Eastern Conference Finals. We went to the finals twice, won one, lost one. It's time for me to go ahead and do my thing now. And I think it'll be respect on both ends. It just sent a wave through the whole NBA. Magic, big trade. And then even with the Pacers being in the finals right now, the East is looking like it's anybody's taking. That's why I'm saying the Pistons need to make a move. Shit, the Bulls need to try to get some of those guys from the Western conferences over there to the East. If the Bulls could fuck around and get a Devin Booker and Zion Williamson, or a Devin Booker and Anthony Davis, or just get something there, that literally swings the pendulum a little bit more too. It helps the East very well. So everybody just had a light went on upon people's head, and it was like, hey, we need to make a move now. The East is open. The Pacers are in the finals right now. They don't have a superstar. Do they have a Hall of Famer on their team right now? I don't think so. They don't have a Hall of Famer. They just a team that's play the game the way that they're coached to play it. Nobody really cares about numbers and things like that. They just want to really care about winning. And maybe that's what the league is turning into. Desmond Bane to the Magic, that is a great move to me. It adds shooting. They were the worst three-point shooting team in the NBA last year, off catch and shoot and just straight percentage. They were literally the worst. So bringing Desmond Bane over, a guy that's hitting 800 three-pointers plus since he's been in his career, one of like 5 guys that's done that. Energy guy, strong guy, toughness. He has that toughness. He will bring that toughness that the Magic want to play with. I think Banchero want to play with a toughness, and I think that them two guys gonna really, really gel off of each other because I think they both want to win. I think Desmond Bane want to win. I think he's one of those type of players. So I think him going to the East, getting out of Memphis, I think that's a great place for him. Shit, he gonna get a couple more dollars on his check, no state income taxes. So hey, making 40 in Memphis gonna be Memphis, Tennessee don't got no state income taxes either. Yeah, so he good. But yeah, man, I think that's a great move. I think that is a very underrated move. Like that, we might look back at this time next year and be like, that was the best move made in the offseason. No matter where, if Giannis was somewhere else, or no matter where KD goes, we're going to look at that move right there and be like, that move made that team right there an Eastern Conference Finals contender, potentially able to fight to go to the next level, to go to the NBA Finals. And so we can see guys like Banchero on the big stage. We already see him in the first round, and he be balling.
Right.
So just imagine later on in the playoff series when he's, won a series and, got Orlando rocking again. It's going to be a good sight to see. So, shout out to Orlando for making that move. Trading four picks is kind of tough. That's kind of tough, but you can tell they trying to win now. They're trying to win now. A lot of free agents are not going to Orlando, so you're gonna have to, make a trade to get a big name guy or a tier 3 or tier 4 guy that can help your team win. And sometimes you might, some people might think they overpaid for him, and a lot of people think they overpaid for Desmond Bane. But sometimes you gotta see if the juice is worth the squeeze, man. So we're gonna see how it turn out, and we'll see how it works. But I think it's a great move for the Magic, though, for sure.
No, right with you. I mean, you look at Orlando's top two guys. Panchero is 22 years of age, and Wagner is 23 years of age.
Man.
So they got another 10 years to where they are going to play at a very high level of basketball.
And they tall. Both of them like 6'10", I think.
Yes, both of them are very skilled at what they do, and our game is only going to get better. So that's huge for Orlando Magic to get Desmond Bane. Let's flip sides here and talk about the Grizzlies. You want my honest opinion about them? It's done. It is cooked. It is. After seeing this acquisition on how much that they got in future picks, I wouldn't be worried if it was like, okay, you got those guys and you're not really asking for much. But when you're asked for that much, that means that you don't really care about what you got in-house. You don't care about John Morant. You don't care about Jackson Jr. You don't care about anybody on that team. It's like, all right, y'all don't play well next year up to the All-Star game. If I don't see John Morant averaging 25, 6, and 8, if I don't see Jackson Jr. averaging a double-double, I don't see our old guys playing well, all y'all gone. You're out of here. Gone. I'm just thinking of it from if I was a GM situation because the time is now. Like you're seeing this window completely to where it was big as a semi. You had everything in front of you. And now that thing is getting to where it's damn near a U-Haul truck. A $19.99 damn near van at this point. John Morant ain't turning out the way he needed to be turning out. Yeah, okay, he had his whatever, things off, but that's not the point. The point is can you stay healthy? We've seen he's been great on the court, but the thing is can you stay healthy? Can you do what you need to do to go ahead and be consistent on the court? And we haven't seen that yet. Hopefully it happens this year. We've seen Jackson Jr. do his thing. He did well. Desmond Bane, obviously the guy that you kind of really relied on, he's gone now. Yeah. Scottie Pippen Jr., he stepped in, did a very good job of what he was told to do, to fill the gaps for Ja, to do what he needed to do. That was kind of like his first time being a starter in some games. And really their bench is like, all right, like we're not worried about it. I mean, you guys did they even make the playoffs? Did they even make a play-in game?
Yeah, Memphis, they did. They lost to the OK.
Okay, well, they knew they weren't going to win that game anyways. I think they might have got swept. They got swept, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
So you got swept against the OKC team that's going to go ahead and win a championship. So that already right there is telling you that, yeah, we are nowhere near even close to the team that we need to be. You go ahead and get rid of Bane, and you get a whole bunch of picks. You have Ja that you don't know what you're going to get from him this year. And now your best player on your team is Jackson Jr. Great player, but you can't just have one great player. You have to have role players around, and you have to have players that are actually going to go ahead and play at a high level.
Okay, so if you Memphis, you just traded away Desmond Bane. Does that send an alert to your locker room that everybody is
1,000%.
Okay, so you make that move, you make that trade, you show your players, your organization, the agents, everybody that hey, we're about to do a clean out. We're about to redo this all. They're probably gonna fuck around and change their jerseys back to the old ones. This one of those. This one. They good for a jersey change to try to change the fucking
right
aura of the fucking team or the building. They love that shit. Oh, we're gonna give y'all some new jerseys so y'all can shut the fuck. Yeah, never mind. Don't worry about it. But so your next move is to trade Ja, or is your next move to trade Jaren Jackson? Because you just got 4 unprotected first round picks and a pick swap for Desmond Bane. Yep. So are you trying to get more of that, or are you trying to get that same type of trade, or are you trying to get a star back, just a star that you want? What is the move? Like, who are you trading first if Memphis?
Well, I'm trading, like, if it comes push to shove, Ja is going to be the first guy gone. Because if I have all that capital, I got all these first round picks, right? I got all of it. I got Christmas presents in the back of our facility, to where if there's a big fish, say a Jaylen Brown, say a Devin Booker, or a talented guy that wants out now, and he is seeing an opportunity to where he can come to my organization, be the number one with Jackson Jr., and getting back to the ways of when we were good, when Zach Rudolph was there, when else was Mike, like old Mike Conley's guys that just played fundamental basketball and played consistent and competed. Because right now you're not competing. So I'm trying to go ahead and keep all my, or even draft guys that you feel is going to fit your organization. This young group of guys, college, high school, they're only going to get better. You're only going to be able to develop your guys. So John Morant is the one that's going to be out if it comes push to shove.
Okay. One thing I noticed about Memphis is that they don't lack developing players. Like, if you look, even last year, not this past year, but the year before last, when Ja was like hurt and he had just got back from the suspension and all that shit, and then like all of their guys got injured, they still was playing with some, like, they still had some guys that could play.
Yeah.
Like G.G. Jackson, they got a shooter in their team, number 7. I think his name's number 7. He foreign, but he can play basketball. Even Scottie Pippen's son.
Yeah, he was nice.
He's straight, but he came from the Lakers, obviously, so they were developing him there. And then he went over there, but his development continued. They had the rookie last year that fuck around and got swiped out of the air and then didn't play no more because he fell on his face or something like that. Him being developed. Even when they was on a run, you had what's the tall guy that
Zach Edey? No, not Zach Edey.
Clark. I think it's Clark. I think his last name was Clark. Light-skinned cat. And he was like an energy guy.
Brandon Clark.
Yeah, they had a bunch of guys that we might not know that they was big names, but they played winning basketball. And that was because of the development of the Memphis Grizzlies team. So they have a good developmental program there. So they will be able to develop guys and hopefully mold guys into the guys they want them to, play like, or not even mold them. How about the organization of players, they mold each other into the expression that they want the team people to see from the team. So that's kind of tough.
But you look at it though as well. I mean, you brought over a point guard. You brought over Cole Anthony that plays the point guard position. So what does that tell you?
But him and Ja damn near play the same. They damn near scoring guards.
That's right. So what is that? That just proves my point even more. Like they are getting ready to go ahead and get off this John Morant train and get whatever they want for him. Like, in all due respect, he's a great player when he's on there. But I'm just saying, I have not, since he came back and he dropped that 40 ball, that was immaculate. That was the John Morant that I would like to see consistently.
Game winner on the first night back was crazy.
Crazy. That was stupid. That made no sense. Like that was
the end of the story though. That was the end of the story.
And exactly. As a front office, if you see that and then he's nowhere to be found, injuries, whatever the case may be, hey, this is what, if they really want to go ahead and be serious about this team, you sit John Morant down and you tell him, hey, listen, brother, we paid you the money. We paid you everything you did and did what you needed to do. You need to show me by the All-Star week why you're top 10 player in the NBA. And if you can't do that, you're out of here. That's simple.
Hold up. So, okay, have they traded Jaren Jackson at this point by now? Like, or is both of them still on the team?
No, Jackson's to me, Jackson is their main focal point. Like, okay, you're building around Jackson.
So, okay, so you think both of them, if they both still on the team, you think they will have enough for Ja to show like how he can uplift a team or how he can make a team better, or show like how he can? You think them two can do that?
Yes, so both these guys are definitely capable to go ahead and take this team where they need to do, like where they needs to go.
Okay,
Both of them
where's
are.
that?
I mean,
Just to
they
the
at
play.
least got to play. Like they got to get past the first round.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
Oh, well, there we go. But no,
Uh,
like realistically, like John Morant can't be one of those guys to where he is not being talked about because no one's talking about John Morant. John Morant had the most up
mm-mm.
vertical in the beginning of his career. Let me finish before you go
Yeah.
ahead and say no. In the beginning of his career, when he was going ahead and doing what he was doing,
Yeah.
dunking the ball, blocking, athleticism. Then obviously all hell broke loose when he went ahead and had a Smith and Weston on his hip, obviously outside the club, and then we had all these allegations, and then all this stuff went this, that, and the other. Wasn't playing well, and once that happened, everything started going downhill. That's what I'm saying about that. But you still have to play the game of basketball, and he has not played the game of basketball after he's had those beginning of years where he's been talked about and then he hit a little adversity, injuries, all that stuff. But at the same time, I don't think that if I am the front office for the Grizzlies, and I said it earlier, you have until the All-Star break to show us what you can do, and if it's consistency, good. In regards if you're playing at a high level, but at the same time, you're still going to be on the trading block because you playing high value can go in and get us more picks and more capital for us to go ahead and just keep growing. Because, like I said, I feel that they are off the Jean Morant train. I think that it's done. They're not, and it's not even a like we're sick of it. It's just like we see what it is. We've seen as much as we needed to see. What is this? What is it? How many years has it been in the league now? Let me see.
Be around like six or seven.
Yeah, we've seen already what you have provided. Is he better than Anthony Edwards? No. Is he better than Zion Williams? Maybe. Is he better than
Is he? Is
Devin
he better?
Booker? No. That's the crazy part. He's not. So why would I go ahead and keep why would I keep this on my team when I could already have Scottie Pippen Jr. that came in and played like a true point guard. He plays games. Now I add Cole Anthony in here where he can go ahead and sub in and do what he needs to do. Yes, I know John Morant is a high power guy, but we ain't seen nothing from him. We haven't seen nothing from him as of recent to be like, damn, he's doing his thing.
Hey man, when I was about to cut you off, I was about to disagree with what you were saying. I was about to disagree that we don't need to hear nothing from Ja. Stay where you at right now. We don't need to hear nothing. God, we don't want to hear shit. Go do what you're doing right now. We don't want to hear nothing in the news, nothing on the internet. We don't want to see you on no tables at the club. We don't. Hey, if you is doing that shit, do your thing on your own time. Go work on your game. Do your shit. Have fun. You're a young motherfucker. You feel me? You're a young. Nobody say you can't live your life. Live your life, man. But we don't need to hear. We don't need to hear about it as far as on the media and nothing like that. That's what I was gonna say. You talking about? Yeah, we ain't heard nothing about it. We don't need to. Goddamn it. We don't need to. But yeah, that's all I was about to say though. But yeah, man. It was a good trade. Like you said, it was a good trade. I think Memphis definitely won though. I mean, they got rid of a guy they was probably gonna move on for anyway. He was a third option on the team. You got 4 picks for him. 4, first round picks unprotected for him. Shit. Magic don't need them picks. Who them picks turned out to be? We done seen Magic draft a whole bunch of motherfuckers and they all gone. We don't know who they is. They drafted a whole bunch of players and that's just what it is. Everybody ain't gonna pan out, but that's how it be sometimes, man. But we shall see, man. Let's move on.
No, she'll see. Kevin Durant situation, man. We are seeing things come out day by day, Twitter or via obviously TV, all the sports stations. Right now, we've seen that he did reach out to the Knicks and they were like, no, we're good. God, leave.
Crazy.
Which as what's going on right now for the Knicks, whoever is the head man there needs to be fired. Timberwolves is like, yeah, no, I'm cool. And then AE, aka Anthony Edwards, came back was like, all right, cool. I don't need you. And then he said, I'll sweep your ass again.
Oh, he did?
He was talking crazy on his
On
Instagram.
what?
On Instagram, he was on this whole situation where Kevin Durant was like, yeah, no, I'm cool. He was like, damn, you ain't want to come see me? Granted, it's probably joking, but Anthony Edwards is funny and he likes to go ahead and do Anthony Edwards things. So, but he was like, all right, man, I'll just go ahead and sweep your ass again. So it's really looking promising right now where it's either going to be, in my opinion, the Spurs, the Heat, or the Rockets. Out of those 3 teams, what is the best situation for him?
The Spurs, the Heat, and the Rockets. The best situation. I honestly feel like the best situation, depending on what they're able to keep around him, which I think if he goes there, they'll keep enough around him. I think the best situation will be Miami. I mean, going to the West ain't the best situation. Houston, yeah, they're gonna be solid, they cool. Spurs, they're gonna be cool. But the best situation is a team in the East where a team you ain't gotta teach them how to lead. You ain't gotta lead them. You ain't gotta worry about culture. You ain't gotta worry about none of that shit. Like what you want to focus on the staff. Pat Riley, he got that on lockdown there with his team. So you ain't got to coach, you ain't got to lead other men like that. You know what I'm saying? You just go in there and hoop, play basketball. And I think they have a system that fits Kevin Durant. If they can keep Bam and Tyler Hero, that would take Tyler Hero value to another level because now he'd be like he'd still need to score, but it won't all be on him.
Right.
And it won't all be on Bam and Adebayo either. So now they'll be able to like literally sit in their role while Kevin Durant do his thing. The only downside to Kevin Durant joining the Heat is that he's probably going to be the number one option. And I don't know if that team is strong enough from on a roster from 2 to 10, from player 2 to player 10. I don't know if they're strong enough to where he can leave them as the number one, if that makes sense. Like they have depth, but they don't have the type of depth that you're going to need for Kevin Durant to be your number one. Obviously, Kevin Durant number one with the Warriors, that was number one. I'm sure a lot of people place Kevin Durant as the number one option on every team he's been on, but he's been on teams where there's been other top guys on those teams as well. So, but the roster wasn't as deep. The only fully deep roster he had was with the Warriors. 2 to 10 right there, them motherfuckers was extremely good. You know what I'm saying? So he needs to be. They would have to strengthen their roster, but I think that would be the best decision for him to go to in the East, away from all them guys in the West. He goes to the East. He potentially will be the best player in the East next year, if not top 3 for sure. I mean, Giannis being there, Giannis probably gonna be number 1, but who will be number 2? Tatum gonna be done. Donovan Mitchell done. I mean, not Donovan Mitchell, he's not done, but am I putting Donovan Mitchell over Kevin Durant if Kevin Durant is in the East? No. So I think that is the best decision for him to go to. And I'm going to just go with the worst decision, I think, out of those 3 picks. So I'm going to go best and worst. Or I just go from 1 to 3. Heat being the 1. I think Spurs is the number 2. I think Spurs is a better number 2 option because you got a number 1. Victor is number 1. Victor is the system. The Spurs don't have a bad team. They just need to be healthy and they continue to play together. You place Kevin Durant there with De'Aaron Fox, Castle, Victor Wembanyama, and the guys off the bench that they be having, because they be having some shooters. Was it Vassell?
Yeah.
Vassell, the dude with the hair, he not a shooter, but he's like a junkyard dog, but they might trade him. Who knows? They have a nice little roster to where he can come in and he can be cool and he don't have to be the best player on the team because Victor is going to be the best player on the team. And any team where Kevin Durant is the number 2, I think that is a really, 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 really good team. So that's how I look at it. And Houston would be the last. And I say Houston would be the last because I don't know if he really want to play with Ime Udoka. You feel me? Play for Ime Udoka. Does he want to play for a coach like that? I mean, not nothing against Ime Udoka because he's a really good coach, but he be kind of in your face. You think I don't know if Kevin Durant really want to play for a guy like that, and he wants you to play defense.
Right.
I don't really know if Kevin Durant want to be hearing that shit for 82 nights a game. I mean, 82 nights a season. You feel what I'm saying? I don't think he really want to be hearing that shit. So, and I just don't think the Houston, because let's say you trade Jalen Green and Smith, and now you play some on the team with Van Cleef, whatever, Van Fleet, Sangoon, Kevin Durant, Eason. I just don't know if that's going to be a deep enough team. So I think Houston is out. I think it's between Miami and the Spurs. That's what I think is in between, honestly. Fuck around, the Warriors might get a chance to get the motherfucker again if he want to, as if he want to go there, but you know how that should be. But yeah, I think Heat is the best option for him to go to. If he want to.
Yeah, no, I think I'm right with you. I think that would be number 1, good for the NBA, unreal for the East because now you got KD, Tyler Hero, Andrew Wiggins, Bam Adebayo, Davion Mitchell, Nicola, You got Robinson. You got Rozier. Like that is then the list goes on and on because we all know Miami Heat. Miami Heat got players. Regardless if you think they don't, they get fine players. They've on their ways. They play their role very well. And I think this would be great for Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo to just not only pick brain from KD, but to go ahead and see how he gets to his spots. This is arguably one of the best scorers that we go ahead and talk about on the block and just scoring, period. So I think, number one, this would be the best move for him. I'm right with you. So I got you on the show because we think like-minded. But I think this is the best situation. And if he goes to the Heat, they are going to the Eastern Conference Finals. They are going to the Eastern Conference Finals if this man goes to the Miami Heat. And they will be going ahead and murdering teams. Like, I'm talking about, it's not even going to be, you're going to be like, shit, like, you trying to tell me that we got to go ahead and guard Tyler Hero, KD, Bam Adebayo, all three of them on the court. But now we got this young Nikola kid who I think is a great small forward who hasn't even really touched his full potential. He's just learning the game. Then you got, obviously, is it Jacquees Jr.? He played at, I forget what he played at. Small forward as well. Guy got long hair.
To my
Jermaine. Yeah, Jamie, dude, he's nice. He hasn't really tapped into his potential. So you got guys on this team, and then their center as well. Is it Warren? Warren. It's just like there's so many people, and then you still have Josh, Chris. I forget his name as well, but just you have talent. You have so much talent on this team to where they can go ahead and make noise. They add this piece, it will be serious. And like I said, if they get him there, they are going to be favorites to get into the Eastern Conference Finals. Easy.
Yeah, big facts.
Because there's no one that can guard KD in the East. Not one person.
It's looking like it's going to be tough though, because it's looking like a lot of these teams around the league aren't about to forge their future for Kevin Durant anymore. I think we kind of, like I said, I remember saying, I don't know if I said it like a month ago or maybe 2 months ago. I just said I don't see no teams really like giving away their house for Kevin Durant no more. Because we have seen like teams give away a house for him and it didn't work out. We watched Brooklyn do it. We watched Phoenix do it. You feel me? We watched these teams do that shit, especially back to back.
Yeah.
Watch teams back to back just cater all the way to Kevin Durant and it don't work. It just don't work. Like, he's a great enough great enough player to where you want to have him involved in all the decisions, but it's like you ain't pulling the fucking shed with you. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you kind of own the shed.
Right.
You ain't pulling the motherfucker. Like, you own the shed with the rest of us at this point in your career. I mean, shout out to Kevin Durant though. Kevin Durant, man, one of the most lethal motherfuckers ever in the NBA history. Like, a lot of people, I know we be talking junk, bro, but a lot of these players we seeing today, bro, they some of the best motherfucking athletes, hoopers we done seen in a while. But just in this nature today, everybody talking shit, so that's just what it is. But it's always good to get them up with their respect, man, because KD a legend for sure. KD a walking legend. Funny as shit. Definitely walking legend. But yeah, like I said, I just don't see a lot of teams willing to, give up the farm for him. And I agree with that because I wouldn't do it either. Like, he would have to suffice at this point in his time now. Like, the league teams, all these motherfuckers have done a lot for you, for Kevin Durant. Every year, every time, they've done a lot for him, and I wouldn't do it again. I trade what I can trade for him, but you're not about to get 4 first-round picks out of me. Not at all. Not at all. You're gonna get the Luka trade out of me. You're gonna get a guy and 1 pick, and that'll be that. And some money. God damn it. We'll do that. But man, just excited to see, man. We're gonna obviously these next week or next few days, we're gonna start to see, more and more news being unraveled. So we have more to talk about.
No, absolutely. Let's move on over. Still obviously in the NBA family here. We have LeBron James had went ahead and tweeted, posted, whatever you want to call it. I forget the date, but it is what 2025 and 2026 can potentially hold. What are we thinking? That's a little interesting. I'm not going to lie. I mean, we all know how great LeBron James is. We all know his age. We all know how long he's been in the league for. We all know what he has done since 2003 to the game of basketball worldwide. When you saw that, what were you thinking?
When I saw it, I just think it's just Brian trolling. I just think it's just Brian just popping shit. He ain't really popped nothing this all off season. He been chilling.
Right.
Some island relaxing, stretching, some old shit. I rock with it though, man. You know I Brian, my guy. But yeah, I just think it's just a sign of him not retiring. I just see Brian playing 5 more years. I just don't see him stopping and like walking away from the game completely. 5 years. What is it? 2025 right now.
Yep.
2030 will be his last year playing, but he might retire in 2 years. But he the fuck around gonna retire and come back. I think he gonna retire and come back because it ain't like he gonna stop working out. So the year he retired, I'm telling you right now, everybody on TV, on podcasts, on everything, on every network show, on every show, the news, food networks, all that shit. The day he retired, anytime he posts a video after that, they're gonna be like, yeah, hey, is he coming back? Is 23 coming back? He gonna post a video of him dunking at 45, and they gonna be like, oh my God, he coming back. And you know he gonna do something in the video to make it look like he coming back or some shit. He gotta bring y'all in as well. He don't have to do much to bring motherfuckers in. He can fucking post a period and motherfucker gonna look into it. See? That's why I be talking about this nigga LeBron, bro. You already posting periods and shit. You see? You see what's behind, like they always gonna dissect everything he do, so I can see why he be trolling and playing around and shit. But like I said, I think Brian physically, I think he can play 5 more years. From what I seen last year, like bro, like 3 years ago, I thought he was kind of slowing down. And then the last couple years, I watched the nigga get better. I'm like, dog, this motherfucker he just still stealing, bro. He just still going crazy, bro. Getting better, bro. Efficient. And if whatever team he's on, if they putting a team around him that can compete for championships, I think it's gonna be hard to pull him off the court if his team is able enough to win a championship. It's gonna be hard to pull him off of the court. So, like I said, I think it's just Brian just trolling, man, getting some a little attention. You know, a little off season, he chilling, summertime. He wanted to ruffle some feathers and do all that shit. Have people talking about him. That's just Brian, man. You know, he know the game as well. He's just playing it. I rock with it.
No, I think that Bron is just he's gonna play as long as he wants to. He knows now that what is now in front of him, and he has an opportunity. His window that he thought was shrinking to where he's gonna be like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna call it cool. Like I don't want to play no more. You go ahead and get Luka Doncic on your team. Now you're like, well, this window just went ahead and opened a little bit bigger for me, and maybe even more bigger than we're thinking because now he has to not only do the things that he does to take care of his body every single day, but he doesn't have to do as much as he was 20 years ago or throughout his whole career. He doesn't have to do as much. So I think that he's only going to get sharper at what? Shooting the basketball, being able to dribble more, getting more in the post where he's now just doing what he does. It's LeBron James, the best player to ever touch a basketball. He's only going to get better, and he still has that competitive edge. His kids playing alongside of him. You don't think him waking up every day and them going back and forth and having that bond to just play with one another and to get better every single day and see your child's growth, not only while you're playing, but like see it every single day? That doesn't motivate you to do better yourself? Come on, bro. Let's not hide the fact. Let's not hide the elephant in the room. He is motivated, bro. It ain't about this basketball number shit. It's about what he's got in his own house, his own children. You see in that now. Bronny's gonna go in his second year. Had an unreal last year, getting his feet up underneath him. And he's gonna have a monster second year, by the way. You see Bryce, he's going to Arizona. He's gonna go through his little stunts and all that good stuff, bro. He's inspired, bro. And that's just his only added fuel to the fire. But yeah, no, he's strong. LeBron got y'all like this, bro. The world just rotates like a Dragon Ball Z Vegeta finisher on Goku. Y'all don't know nothing about that. That's what he has in his hand, and he can do whatever he wants. So shout out to Bron, man. I can never hate Bron, never will. Absolute legend. And then last but not least, before we go ahead and get off here, Giannis Antetokounmpo, right? We hear all the speculation, but I just think right now, man, Giannis is committed to Milwaukee. Like, what is Giannis showing right now from just his whole persona of what he's showing us as an NBA fan of his, or just an NBA fan period of the NBA and players?
He's showing you that he don't really want that pressure of leaving and going to another team, and another team expecting so much from you and expecting for you to come in and change their franchise. And the thing is, if Giannis, any team Giannis goes to, their championship expectations. So if they don't win a championship when he go there, it's gonna be on Giannis. It ain't gonna be on whoever else is there. It's gonna be on Giannis, because your ass just brought your ass here to bring us a championship. And if you can't do that, our fans are not going to rock with you like that. We know that. That's how we know that, especially when you leave the team that drafted you, bro. That's when you are exposed to the business of this business. Because the team that drafted you, that is the team that I would say really wanted you. The other teams is just a part of the business. You feel me? It's like, can your services work here? We're going to see. If not, we're going to let you go and let you go do your thing. And
Right.
for real, like that's how it be. It ain't personal, it ain't none of that shit. That's just how it be. But with the team you got drafted by, it's personal. Like I said, if he leave the Milwaukee Bucks, wherever team he go to, Milwaukee is gonna not like him. It's naturally gonna happen. They might embrace him and shit like that, but they gonna boo him. They gonna be mad. They gonna burn his jersey. They gonna be mad as fuck. And the NBA gonna go at him. You know, all these sports shows and TV shows, maybe they start to change their tune on how they talk about Antetokounmpo.
They
And
already
maybe
are.
that's what
They're
I'm saying.
already changing it.
Yeah, but if he goes to another team, obviously there's gonna be somebody that come out there and just, just want to spark some shit up. They're gonna say some Kendrick Perkins shit, just some outlandish shit, just trying to just say something. You feel me?
Right.
There's gonna be more of that if he leave, and I don't know if he's ready for that part of America, bro. Real talk, bro.
Really,
Like
yeah.
as Americans, like motherfuckers are used to that,
Right.
but you being from wherever you from, they behind you over there. They behind you like motherfuckers. So they not gonna be mad at you. You ain't playing for them. You always come back and play for them. They gonna be happy for you wherever you go. But the people in Milwaukee, the people around the NBA, the reporters and all of that, all of these stories gonna come out. Bro, remember when Jrue Holiday got traded? Instantly we found out that Jrue Holiday and him had some type of beef or whatever it was. Him walking in the locker room.
All type of stuff came out immediately.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so you think if he leaves, stuff not gonna come out?
Oh, it's coming out for sure.
That's what I'm saying. Like, is he gonna be able to handle that? And I don't know if he's gonna be able to handle that. Honestly, I'm not saying he won't still be honest, but it's a part of a lot of people that it's a part within a lot of people that wants to be liked. You feel me?
Right.
They want to be embraced. They want to be loved. And I don't think Giannis wants to leave Milwaukee in these circumstances, because it'll be tough. You just lost your point guard. You lost all your coaches. You lost all of it. Then you just leave. It's like, God damn, we burn this motherfucker to the ground. I think he want to be a part of the rebirth of Milwaukee. New Jersey's coming soon. New Jersey's coming soon. I think he just want to be a part of the rebirth, though. So I wasn't surprised when I heard him tear down the speculations of him wanting to be traded or him wanting to get out of Milwaukee. I don't think he wants to. I think he want to stay there, win, lose, or draw. I think he want the people in Milwaukee to love him. I think he have created an extended family throughout Milwaukee. I'm sure everywhere he go in Milwaukee, he know people by names there. They know his name. I'm saying, like, I don't think he want to go and meet a whole nother city and do all that shit with a whole nother city, whole nother town, and kick it with them and deal with. I don't think he want to do that. I think he want to stay in Milwaukee and try his best to rebuild there. Maybe give it a few more years, and then maybe he leave. But I think he want to probably give it maybe a few more years. I don't think he want to leave Milwaukee in the middle of his prime. Somebody need to go to Milwaukee and play with Giannis. I mean, shit, why not? I like it, but like I said, I don't think he want to go nowhere. I think he loves Milwaukee. I think Milwaukee loves him. I think the team he would go to next, if he went to a team this year, this offseason, I don't think they will love him like Milwaukee will love him because they just gonna start expecting shit from you. Like they ain't build nothing with you. You know what I'm saying? We ain't build nothing. They just, hey, you come over here, we need a ring right now. You feel me? It ain't no how you doing, man, how's your kids? And they don't give a fuck about that. They only care about the ring because they just met you right now, honestly. So we shall see, man. We shall see, man. Fireworks will be coming soon. We all know.
No, they definitely will. So be on the lookout, obviously, for trades like we've talked obviously throughout this whole episode. It's either going to be end of this month, beginning of July. It's going to be either between camp, NFL camp. We don't know, but we're going to see it, and it's going to be a lot of great things to see, and it's going to be a big shakeup for the NBA, which is definitely needed. We hope Giannis stays here forever. We all know how this works. As a true Wisconsin man, Giannis, we appreciate you 1,000,000,000,000%, and I've already said my piece about it, but we would love for you to stay here. With that, my good people, we appreciate you obviously tuning in. We have got some episodes dialed, logged, started this thing about 2 years ago. Love seeing the feedback. Continue to go ahead and just subscribe, obviously, on our YouTube page, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. You always see me and my boy T Lip on here. And with that, man, my good brother, what do you got to say to the people, man, before we go?
Hey, man, drink y'all some water, man. Take care of yourself, man. Getting a little hot outside, man. You feel me? Go ahead. Hey, my dog said he got him a little jug with some fruit in there, man. Get y'all some little fruit, man. Get right, man. Go ahead and take care of yourself, man.
And that's all. Absolutely. And that's all you can do. We'll see y'all next week. Peace out, everybody.